Hello and welcome to my home where we will be working out from this week. So I'm going to take you through a full body workout in about 25 minutes that will get your heart rate lifted, that will help you increase your muscular endurance and hopefully build a little bit of strength in your body. So let's get started. I'm going to be using my iPad today with my timer. I will show you guys what that looks like, and the app that I'll be using today is called Tabata Timer. This is a Tabata workout, and you know it's hard to see here, but this can be downloaded from the App Store, and you can set intervals to work. So we will be working today for 20 seconds, recovering or resting for 10 seconds. We'll do 6 cycles, 7 different sets of work, and there'll be 30 seconds of rest in between each of the sets that we're working on today. So total workout time, about 25 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here on my watch. Here's what you can do. Make this workout your own. If you do not have equipment, I'm going to be using a kettlebell today, but I will show you modifications and variations for each of the moves that we do. So if you have no equipment at home, don't worry, you're going to get through it just fine. So let's get started. Our first move is the squat. So start with your feet outside your hips, your toes slightly turned out, and push your hips back and down. Now you can see behind me is the timer. And so that's going to keep us on track today throughout the workout. That tells us that we're working for 20 seconds, and then we have that recovery for 10 seconds. So we've got about 3, 2, 1, and then we recover. So we get 10 seconds of break, and I'm going to show you what this looks like from the side. Now, if you're already wanting to work a little bit harder, now is where you start to grab some weight. So you want to make sure that you're pushing your hips back and down, that you're keeping your chest in an upright position, and that you squeeze the glutes as you rise to the top. So in this, the heart rate should get elevated just enough in that 20-second bout of work. And at any time if the weight is too much for you, carefully put it down and go back to body weight. That's the great thing about Tabata and having weights. So now I'm going to add in a double pulse, and slowly come up to the top. So we are doing 6 rounds of squats, and then 6 of every other exercise that we'll go through. So try to hit total body today in this 30-minute circuit. Recover, chill, chill. So now I'm going to take it into a really wide squat, working into that kettlebell. So you can go as fast as you want, or you can keep slow and controlled here. And that's what I'm going to do in this round because I have weight. So the great thing about this timer is that it gives you an indication of what round you're in, where you're at in your workout at all times. So I am on set 4 of 6. I'm approaching set 5 of 6. I'm going to do squats with a reach down now. So you can make this fun. Variation is key. Variety is key in all the workouts. Chest is up, hips are back. I'm pressing my knees out over my first and second toe, working through my lower body. I've got one more set of work. One more set. I'm going to take you back to traditional squats. Feet just outside the hips. I'll go ahead and grab my kettlebell here. Taking my time to work slow and controlled through the move. And rise. Nice and easy. If you are not feeling this yet and your heart rate is not lifted, guess what? Go back to going a little bit quicker. So look, 30 seconds of rest until we move on to our next set of work. So a whole new set of exercises. We'll repeat those exercises for 6 rounds, 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds for recovery. So in this, we're going to work a little upper body. So the first move is a push-up. You want your hands in line with your chest, but outside of the width of your shoulders. Start by bracing your abs, tucking your toes, and I'm going to do this set of push-ups on my knees just to engage my chest. So I'm bringing my chest down to about my elbow crease. I'm keeping my back, my spine really neutral. I'm just pressing all the way way through the palms of my hands. Recover, you have 10 seconds. So if regular push-ups don't work for you, let me show you a couple options. Again, bringing your hands wide and in line with your chest. Bring your knees in. Look, tabletop push-ups. These are a great way to start to build strength in your upper body. Options are needed, so we can stay in the work. So don't be discouraged if this is where you find yourself starting today's workout. That's okay. Allow yourself to be a beginner. If you're ready, I think we're ready to do a set on our toes. So again, the setup is critical. Hands shoulder width apart, knees or toes. Let's go. Bring your chest to your elbow crease, keeping your spine neutral, long, and supported. Push through the palms of the hands, engaging the pectoralis on the way down, and as you get to the top. Good. Shaking it out in between rounds will help. So we just made it through 3. Now let's switch to plank and mountain climber. So first let's hold plank. Hands situate underneath the chest. Hold on to plank. 20-second hold. So if your hands are underneath your shoulders, you're going to feel that way more in your shoulders. But if you bring them closer to your chest right there, you're going to feel the stability of your core. And that's what we want here. Recover. Well done. Can you do either a single leg plank, or can you turn it into a little bit of a mountain climber for cardio? Let's try. Pick your option. Whatever you're doing, keep a neutral neck, neutral spine, and if you need to, you can hold plank right here. This is a great plank. Don't be discouraged taking it down. Recover. We have one more set. Your choice. Single leg plank with the other leg. I'll show you what that looks like. Or modified plank. So I didn't do this on the other side, so I'm going to show you halfway, switching sides. And switch at that halfway point, holding onto that plank. Strong, grounded. Recover. 30 seconds. So you can grab some water. Again, this is where that rest becomes critical. So you get 30 seconds to reset. It's not enough time to let the heart rate come totally down, but it's enough to give you recovery, and that's what we're looking for. All right, we have lunges. Actually, we have lunges in the next set. So lunges can be complicated. So I'm going to set you up for a backward stepping lunge. You're going to step back long. Drop your back knee towards the floor, lift up, and switch legs. So step, lunge. Good. When you lunge, your back knee drops towards the floor. Your front thigh is parallel to the floor. And we recover right there. So there's your lunge. There's your backward stepping lunge. If you got it, great. Do it a little bit faster. If you need more time, take your time. Take the time and learn the move. In your lunge, you want to make sure that your feet are in line with your hips and that you're taking a long enough step back to support your body so that your knee can drop directly over your first and second toe. Recover just like that. Great job at home. So we hit the right side and left side. Now let's do single leg lunges. So step back, step in, stay on this leg. Now we'll burn out and isolate one side. Are you stepping long and is your chest upright? We're trying to get that front thigh parallel to the floor. That's big engagement of the quads, hammies, and glutes. Recover. Let's hit the other side. We're approaching set 4 of 6. Let's go. So if you're losing your balance, that's okay. Lunges are meant to be really challenging, but I'll tell you this, they work. They really work. So drive out of your heel. Drive out of that front heel. That front heel lifts you up, and you get that front thigh parallel to the floor. Guys, nice job. All right. We're going to do that alternating lunge. Alternating lunge. This time we're gonna go into a double pulse. Pulse, pulse, stand, pulse, pulse, stand. Little bit of control, little bit of fatigue. Whatever you can do, just hang on. You don't have much longer to work. Recover. There's one more set. One more set of work. We're gonna now take that stand up and we're gonna stay down the whole 20 seconds. Lunge, squat. Lunge, come back in. So you're gonna keep those muscles loaded and this should start to burn. This is where you should start to feel. We are almost 10 minutes into this workout. Your heart rate is lifted. Recover, 30 seconds. Great job. All right, so we just totally destroyed the lower body. We're gonna do that again in the form of hamstring isolated work. So we're gonna hit deadlifts. Now, I'm gonna show you how to deadlift or how to target your hamstrings in this next set by doing deadlifts and good mornings. So we'll do weightless good mornings. Bring your fingertips directly underneath the back of your neck, elbows wide. You're just gonna hinge and slowly stand up. So your feet are just in line with your hips. You're tipping back, keeping a long spine. And you should feel that catch right on the back of your legs. That's your hamstrings. Recover. So we can do that again. We can do that again. You don't need weight to get a great workout. You just need a little bit of commitment. When you commit to something, you build a pattern. It becomes a way of life. And on days that you don't have motivation, you at the very least have that commitment to move. So, setting a schedule, making time for your fitness is critical to finding success along your journey, right? And we're all on the journey. All right, so now I'm gonna deadlift. So I'm gonna take my hands, lift my chest, and just slide my hands directly down my thighs. I'm really dictating the movement with the tip of my hips and the hinge of my hips. So I'm gonna stop my hands basically almost to my shins, and then squeeze the glutes, the back side as we stand up. Recover. So we're halfway through. I'm gonna add some weight. I'm using this kettlebell. So same concept here. Lift your chest, draw your shoulders back, feet underneath your hips. To down, big hinge. Big hinge in the knee so that you can activate hamstrings. Good. Squeeze as you rise. All right, recover. I'm gonna put this weight down and show you an option or a variation of this move. So we can work on our balance and our hamstrings at the same time. You're gonna do a single leg by tapping down to the floor. So you're gonna tap, maintaining your balance, hinging from the hips. Now we isolate. We put all of the tension on one side. So this will help your balance and your hamstrings at the same times, and your glutes. Recover. How'd that go? I'm gonna flip it over, do this on the other side. We've got 3, 2, 1. Stand super close. Find the center point of your body. I oftentimes tell people that that center point is around the belly button, right? That's your core. And when you find that belly button and you brace it, suck it all in, it will help you create a nice belt around the body for stability. One more, recover. 30 seconds for our break. Grab some water. Your heart rate should still be elevated. All right. Now we're going to work into a little bit of mobility training here. So come down to the floor because we're going to lunge. So we're going to start in a down dog. That looks like this. Heels lifted, eye gaze back and down. You're going to step your right foot in. Step, push back, left. Now you're trying to get your front thigh parallel to the floor, and you're trying to get your foot right underneath your knee. So if it doesn't make it there, just kind of work on dropping the hips a little more Picking up and pushing through your core. Recover, recover. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna do that again. So, find your downward facing dog. Use your fingertips. As you step, lift that foot up. Drop the hip down and switch. And if you've got it, can you go a little faster? Drive out of the heel. Almost there. Recover. All right. So back to yoga move number 2. We're going to do a down dog to a plank roll. So it looks like this. Lift your heels up. Roll the body to plank. Hold 3, 2, 1. Shift back. Lift up. Roll your spine. Long and strong. Hold. Push back. So you should feel this through your core. Really total body here in this plank. Hold, recover. Now, if you are extra, if you want to do more, your recovery, you can just hold plank the whole time. So from down dog, lift your hips, roll it out to plank. Hold 3, 2, 1. Push back. Lift your heels, roll. Find your center. Brace it all in. You got time for one more. Hold on to it. Good. Can we do single arm calf touchbacks? Looks like this. Fingertips out. Heels lifted. You're going to reach left arm to right shin. Right arm to left shin. You should feel a little stretch in your hamstring. You got to work your upper body, your shoulders quite a bit here. So make sure your surface isn't slippery, that your hands aren't slippery, so that you can really work. Recover. We have one more set of that till we come back up to standing. So breathe in. Last round, you guys, round 6 of 6. Take that right arm, tap it to the left leg. Keep your eye gaze in between your knees. You don't need to look up. It's all good. You know what you're doing now. Take your time, make sure you're breathing. You're in an inverted position where your head is lower than your heart. So you need oxygen. Breathe that in. Recover. Take it down. Grab some water. Shake it off. Your shoulders should feel that. Your hips should feel that. All right, let's work on our glutes. So, flip it all the way around. Normally we can work the glutes standing, but today we'll actually hit them lying down. So bring your heels as close as you can to your glutes, hands at your side. Let's lift up into a hip bridge and slowly lower down. So lift up as high as you can and make sure that your knees stay in line with your hips. They don't need to go out wide, they need to stay in line with your hips. Good. So working that glute bridge, strengthening the back side of the body, hamstrings and glutes, super important. Recover, chill. You're going to do that again, so don't get up, don't move. Keep breathing. You're doing a great job. Let's go. Lift it up. Slowly lower down. Again, your knees want to come out open wide. Keep them in line with your hips, so you've got this really strong, grounded position. Now you use your arms and your shoulders just for balance. So don't put a bunch of weight into them. Keep the weight loaded in the hips and glutes. Recover, nice job. All right, your next move is a single leg hip bridge. Now you can alternate or you can do right, left. I'm going to show you right, left. So I'm going to lift up, lower down. Single leg hip bridge. Really isolates the glutes. Now if you have weights, you can put them right here and work a little bit more tension and a little bit more weight if that's what you're looking for. But this, you should feel it all the way. Recover. You're going to do the same thing on the other side. So take this second to breathe. We've got about 5. Lift it up and get set so that you don't miss any of the reps. You only have 20 seconds of work, so it's pretty quick. Let's try to get as many reps in as we can in that 20 seconds. Drive out of your heel. Lift your hips as high as you can. You're almost out of it. Count down. Recover. All right, so let's flip it over to tabletop here, where we're on our hands. Knees here. Lift your heel up. So right heel extends up. And then we'll hit the other side and we'll be done with our 6 sets of work. So these are donkey kicks. Bringing it in. Flex the heel to push it out. Recover. We're almost switching sides. Got a couple more seconds. You guys, we are almost 20 minutes into this workout. Can you hang on for another 3.5 minutes? You are going to be right at the end. So just sit tight, hang out. You're right where you need to be. Almost there. Countdown is coming. Recover. Hey, we have 30 seconds of recovery left. How's it going? How are you doing? Are you still in it? Stick around. You've got just a few minutes left. All right. So, let's hit a little cardio circuit. Get into a little squat position, and we're going to walk to the right and walk to the left. So lateral movement, super important. Able to move functionally throughout our space. You want to take small steps and load those hips back. Recover. We're going to do that again. So sit tight. I'm going to show you what this looks like from a side view. So feet under hips, we load the hips up. And then we take small controlled steps. We're engaging the side glutes here the whole time and the hips. So that's the goal here, is to take small steps, nice and controlled, lateral movement. Stability training here. Little cardio too. Recover. Great job. All right, a little bit more lateral movement. Take your feet out as wide as you can. We're going to push the hips back and drop our opposite hand inside of our opposite knee. So here's where we're going. Come back up, switch. Good. Yeah, lift your chest. Push your hips back as you reach. So we don't want to just let the chest collapse. We're actually pushing back into the hips. Push the knee out over the toes. Good, inner thigh. Let's do that again. So if that was uncomfortable for you, either try to take your feet out a little bit wider, right, or decrease your range of motion, which looks like this. Just make it smaller. That's okay if you still or you're just starting. Allow yourself to be a beginner. It's totally okay. This is one of my favorite ways to train because it can be done anywhere. Like I can do this while my kids are on their Zooms or working out, or I can work out while we're doing something in our home. So the functionality of training in your home and figuring out what works for you is absolute magic. Absolute magic. We're going to take the feet wide here and work on a wide squat and a lift. Now, can you lift up through your heels as you come up? You're going to feel a triple kinetic chain start to build. That's through your ankle joint, your knee joint, and your hips. And that right there is going to help you with power. Recover. We have one more set. One more set of work in this entire workout. Let's do that. Hips, lift. So it's a wide squat with the heel lift. Yeah. Should start to connect all those forms of movement that we've done today. Bring them all together. Finish. We've got just a few seconds left. You're doing great. Recover, you made it. Hey, we've been going for about 23 minutes now. Well done. Now it's time to chill, stretch, cool down. So let's sit down. Yeah, just sit up nice and tall. Hinging from the hips, bring the toes towards you, and then just stretch forward. And this is where you can focus on your breath and kind of lengthening. On your exhale is really where you find that lengthening. You take that breath in, and then on your exhale, you let go a little bit more. Find a little bit more out of that stretch. Great job. All right, let's come in. So bring one heel on top of your opposite knee, and then slide your hips forward. And just feel the hips start to stretch. And you can rock side to side here. You're not supporting a ton of weight on your arms, so you're gentle there, but you're getting a nice opening through your hip. Should feel really good. Let's switch sides. So, if it's too much for you, start by coming back. Then let the knee drop open, and then if you're looking for a little more, then you pick your hips up and move them closer to the heel of your foot, and that's where you're going to feel that stretch. Good. Slowly release. Let's come all the way over into a tabletop, and then extending your arms out, you're going to step your right foot out, just like we did that lunge. This is for your hip flexor, so let your hip come down into the floor. Take a breath up. Again, drop your shoulders, settle into that stretch, and then bring the hands down and let's switch sides. So you want that long extension, back, toes pointed, hips dropping down, knee is almost in line with the ankle. You can lift the arm up. You see this a lot when this is stretched. Good. Slowly release. So from here, take your time, come into standing. Good. Once you get to standing, take your breath. Grab your imaginary cup of water. Bring your heel in towards your glute. You are stretching your quads here by lifting your chest in an upright position. You want the knees to come together. Switch. So make sure you find your balance. Hold your cup and then look at that nice alignment. That's going to make sure that your quad is really stretched. Yeah. If you're out here and fighting for your balance, you're not quite getting that. Step wide. Pull your upper back apart. Shoulders, upper back. And then our final stretch here will be for our chest. So stepping open. Lift your heart space up. Take a couple final breaths. Yeah, letting your hands drop down behind you. And then big breath in at the top. Couple times. Last one. You guys, that is it. Fantastic job today. I hope you found this workout challenging but refreshing, a little bit of a change. So I will see you soon.